A small planetarium on your wrist, enchanting birds, and a watch working on the energy of magnetic fields. This is an amazing release that will be appreciated by connoisseurs of high watchmaking art and just fans of cool, intricate mechanisms performing one simple act of telling time. Van Cleef & Arpels is not strictly a watchmaker, but what they created is more than just a watch. The Midnight Planetarium watch is made of pink gold, turquoise, serpentine, jasper, agate, sugilite, chlormelinite, aventurine, and it's priced at a cool $245,000. This little planetarium on your wrist works on a mechanical module and shows the motion of 6 planets in the solar system. The 6 planets are located on the dial of the watch, each on its orbit: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn, and revolve around the Sun in real time. Each stone moves at the velocity of the corresponding planet. For example, Mercury will pass the orbit in 3 months, while Saturn will need 29 years and a half to make a revolution. Time is shown by a falling star moving along the 24-hour scale. You can set a memorable date in the watch, and it won't let you forget it. When the date approaches, the blue stone symbolizing the Earth will appear exactly above the star, letting you know that your day has come. Here is an interpretation of the legendary dial in which the symbol of infinity is incarnated. The top part of the 8 is designed to display time with hour and minute hands. In the lower part, there is a dome of sapphire glass with a touching automatic winding mechanism in the form of a singing bird. It's no surprise that the watch received the name Magic Bird. The tiny singing bird on the watch is really a special kind of watchmaking art. And not only art, but also a price of over $525,000. MP05 Lafari. In terms of design and technical features, this watch is a copy of the engine bay of a Ferrari supercar. The watch was developed in parallel with the car. The shape of the sapphire crystal resembles the transparent cover of the Ferrari's hood, and the mechanism looks like the engine itself. The mechanism of the watch includes 637 moving components, and 11 lined-up shafts provide this watch with a record power reserve of 50 days. For convenience, the figures on each cylinder are drawn with a glow-in-the-dark pigment and made as large as possible. The display is visually enlarged, and it's easy to see the time even in total darkness. The Lafari watch, at the cost of nearly $210,000, perfectly harmonizes with the eponymous inexpensive supercar. This is another masterpiece in the form of an exclusive bird design by the same Swiss company. The Turmtit bird decorates the dial of this unusual watch and are engraved on the dial using a special multi-layer engraving technique. The complex mechanism inside the watch case is a special chapter of the story behind this masterpiece. When the watch starts, a picture animation system is activated, and the static picture on the dial comes to life. The mother tomtit feeds her baby, and the housefather shelters the tiny newly born nestling with his wings. The waterfall against which the action takes place also comes to life, so that you can hear the noise of falling water. The 48-hour power reserve is packed in a 47mm case of red gold. The result of the 2-year design work equals 16 copies at the cost of $525,000 each. It's Van Cleef & Arpels again, and 2 more amazing watches. The Lady Arpels Poetic Wish watch depicts a young woman on the Eiffel Tower, watching a kite pass by, a symbol of luck. She wishes to be reunited with her loved one forever. The Midnight Poetic Wish watch. Appropriately, its dial depicts a night scenery in Paris and a young man who is standing at the top of Notre Dame Cathedral, looking at the Eiffel Tower where his darling stands. The first watch is a reference to the second watch as if they supplemented each other's pictures. The price of this watch is $483,100. This astronomic watch by Jacob & Company is so amazing that you won't be able to take your eyes off of it. The Astronomia Tourbillon watch is equipped with a 4-pointed carousel displaying the hours and minutes functions. There is a 1-carat diamond representing the moon, and the model of the Earth is made of white gold. Magnificent blue enamel on the dial symbolizes the oceans and serves as a backdrop to the 3-axle tourbillon. The complicated collage of moving models revolves around its axis in 5 minutes. The tourbillon step is 6 seconds. The whole carousel construction turns around its axis in 20 minutes. It's just an amazing show at the cost of $1.1 million. H4 Metropolis. A special feature of this watch model is the hydromechanical caliber with manual winding. As you may already know, HYT watches are unique in using 2 immiscible fluids, one clear, one color, which are pumped by a pair of elastic metal bellows through a transparent tube. The boundary line between the fluids functions as the point of reading off the hours, while the minutes are read off from a conventional separate dial. To activate the tiny generator for winding the mechanism, a knurled button is used in the position between 4 and 5 hours. With another button, the beams of light from 2 built-in LEDs are fed to the tanks, in addition to hours and minutes. The model indicates seconds and the power reserve, which makes up 65 hours. If you are not impressed by the above-mentioned watches, here is another development by the same manufacturer, but much more interesting. In the center of hydromechanical watch, there is a skull. The mechanism is the same. A button activates the generator, which supplies luminescent liquid of red color along the tube wrapping the skull that will show you the time. In this model, all actions come from pressing one button. And the most important difference between this watch and Metropolis is, as you may have noticed, the minute hand is missing. Why do you need it? There is no hurry when you have a futuristic skull on your wrist for a cool $100,000. The next watch operates on magnetic energy. Its advertisement, a 3-minute movie, which looks like a science fiction blockbuster. The Claret Extreme watch is distinguished by use of magnetic fields. 2 hollow steel spheres enclosed in sapphire crystal tubes on the right and left on the housing ring move in the most mysterious way, without any mechanical support, only under the influence of magnetic fields. Magic. It is the positions of these balls that indicates the current time, and the fields are focused so accurately that they have no impact on the watch mechanism. The current time is read out from a metallized scale located next to each tube. Hours are on the left, minutes are on the right. 64 precious stones, 419 parts, and a case of white gold at the cost of nearly $300,000. Inspired by the science fiction TV show Star Trek, Vianney Halter, an independent watchmaker, introduced his space watch to the world. The watch's design looks like a space station on which all the major events of Star Trek take place. Descent and balance are in the titanium carriage of the tourbillon, which makes a revolution in 40 seconds. This structure rotates as on a spit around the second axis, making a revolution in 6 minutes. Finally, the base of this cradle makes a full revolution in the plane of the mechanism in 30 minutes. The tourbillon moves under a dome-shaped sapphire crystal, giving the opportunity to observe the complete revolution cycle of the watchwork. Horological machine number 6, aka Space Pirate. Cost a little less than a mission to Mars. The watch, which its maker says has been designed to operate in the hostile environment of the space on your wrist, is one of just 2 timepieces to be awarded Red Dot Design Awards in the competition's current round. In each of the 4 corners of HM6's biomorphic case is a 360-degree sphere, capped top and bottom by transparent sapphire crystal domes. Up forward, 2 semi-spherical indications rotate vertically, displaying hours and minutes. Back aft, driven by multiplying gearing by the automatic winding rotor. Twin spherical turbines spin horizontally, automatically regulating the winding system in case of excessive speed to reduce stress and wear. The transparent central dome houses a 60-second flying tourbillon, the precision regulator of HM6's engine. This flying tourbillon can be protected from UV radiation, which speeds up oxidation of lubricating oils by a retractable shield operated by a crown on the left side of the case. A special thanks to you if you've watched up to here. See you in the next cool release.